Hello everyone, I'm Afternoon Tea with Humans, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this awesome dice project. I can press this button on this block and immediately it will roll this custom dice for me into a different randomized number. So it can go anywhere. It's just very much like a basic dice. It can go from 1 to 6, any number. It's amazing for any Monopoly map, a lot of mini games. It's a brilliant map making tool. It's actually super simple to program. Yep, any number, and I think this is just really fun. So, let's get into a tutorial for this. That's about it for the demonstration. It's very simple. So, you're just gonna need just a button to activate it. I'm gonna break this glass roof off here to demonstrate the wiring better. So, you're gonna need to take a redstone output out of that, lead it through a 1-tick delay into a single command block with, actually no, I think I'll show the scoreboard first. First, before you start any of this like wiring, you're going to need to create a scoreboard called dice roll ran and make it dummy mode. Yeah, it's just, you can do that with this simple command. I might put it in a command block in case I need to regenerate it later on. But yeah, you're going to need to take an input from a button through some wiring into a command block on a 1-tick repeater delay, which sets an arm stand called dynums dice roll ran score to 0, and then through to another command block on a 2-tick delay. You can see the difference. So here's just a 1-tick delay, here's a 2-tick delay, so that happens, and then 0.1 of a second later this happens. Sorry, actually 0.2 of a second later. A redstone tick is 0.2 seconds. It will activate this, which will give that armor stand called Dynam a random score between 1 and 6 for its dice roll ran score. And you're gonna actually need to create that armor stand, so you can just do that with this command. It creates an armor stand called Dynam, and also leading out of that piece of wire, you're going to need to activate this command block, which will just give a title screen called rolling die. You can sort of see the wiring activate as I click this button from above. You can see that title screen activates and it says rolling die up there. And now for the yeah, you're gonna need to allocate a place for this to sort of be placed down, this like dice screen to be placed down that forms like the majority of the dice. So you're going to need to select that place, and you're going to need to mark out the area for it. I sort of just pre-build what the end product will look like in that place. You're going to need to want to put it like fairly near to your activating button, and then yeah, you're going to need to move. And then after that, you're going to need to move along, and right behind it, lined up with it, you're going to need to build a series of frames. So you're going to need a frame for your first dice, just like this. So basically, you're just going to need to build each sort of number that comes out on the dice, and that's going to be a 1, and then 2 blocks behind it, exactly the same except for the markings on it. A 2, then a 3, then a 4, then a 5, then a 6. I've left a 2-block gap between each of them in case I need to, like, I think it just makes it a little bit neater, and you can easily go back and do some wiring work on it. And then after that, you're gonna wanna calibrate a clone command. So this command block right here is what actually, so the process is done by cloning each of these. If a frame is selected, it clones it over here to where this is. So you can sort of see that happen. It just cloned this frame over to the front there, and you can see it in this clone command output. It successfully cloned it down here. But yeah, you're going to need to take a clone command that takes the entirety of this frame by using your first 2 coordinates and setting it over here or wherever you want the frame to end up. You might need to mess around with those final coordinates until it puts it in exactly the right place. You're just going to need a basic understanding of coordinates to make this work. It should be pretty easy. And yeah, above that command block, you're going to need to place another one with just this title appy subtitle. It's a 1. Because each of my frames has a certain sort of color with it, in almost like a rainbow. I've sort of used some section sign color codes to sort of add to the effect, and I think it looks really cool. Yeah, you can see that work there. Rolling die, it's a 3. That's where that title screen comes from. It's just a subtitle. And then sort of running into that bottom command block, you're going to need a comparator, which comes out of the command block here. You should say test for ATI dynam, and then what this is doing, it tests whether that armor stand got given the score of 1, which it could have from this random command block. It could give it anything between 1 and 6, but if it does get a 1, it will activate this comparator, which will output which will hard power this bottom block and soft power this top block, which will first clone all this and allocate the die frame, and also create that subtitle saying it's a 1. These sort of command block delays and the delay between the comparator mean that just for a second after you get the first title, it takes just a second for it to actually roll it, and that's why I've put the first title to create the effect of just a tiny loading screen. So you're gonna need to run relative coordinates for this 2 first set, and then world coordinates for this last set. And so the way this works, this command block here is exactly the same throughout each of these frames, because the first are done through relative coordinates and the last through regular sort of like world coordinates. So all of these clone commands for each of these modules it's exactly the same. The title command is extremely similar. It's just changing the subtitle slightly for each frame according to the dice that's rolled. Oh, that made my chat look very pretty. But yeah, and same goes to this repeating command block. You're going to need to, I'd recommend, if you're playing on Windows 10 edition, you can hold your control and command key and then press pick block, and it'll create that command block with the command pre in it. Otherwise, you're going to need to, if you're like playing on controller or mobile, you can just select all this text and copy it to your clipboard. And then you're going to need to copy this out into a command block here, except change that final digit to a 2, then one here with a 3, then a 4, a 5, and a 6 finally. And if you copy out all this code perfectly with a nice comparator in between each one and get all your modules exactly right, and this wiring here, then you should have a fully fledged auto dice roller for any map making purposes that you want. Yeah, I think this is really cool. If you did too, and this helps you learn something, then please leave a like on this video. Other than that, yeah, please subscribe, and I'd love to hear your video ideas in the comments section below.